camera sweeps across a gleaming glass skyscraper in downtown Miami, its facade reflecting the golden hues of a setting sun. Soft jazz plays, transitioning to a grand dining hall aglow with chandeliers, marble floors, and the clink of crystal glasses. Picture this, a single act of cruelty that could have shattered anyone, but instead, it ignited a firestorm of justice that left millions stunned. "That's my daughter." Those 3 words froze a room, spoken by a billionaire whose quiet power changed everything. What just happened? Where are you watching from today? New York, Lagos, London? Drop your city in the comments. Welcome to the Jones Life Stories, where real stories hit deep, spark change, and remind us that dignity outshines status. Tonight, we're diving into a tale of a young woman, a luxury hotel, and a shocking moment of entitlement no one saw coming. Stay with us. This isn't just drama. It's a wake-up call about class, power, and rising above. What would you do in her shoes? Like, share, and subscribe to the Jones Life Stories for more stories that move you. Let's dive in. The Crystal Haven Hotel stood like a gem in Miami's vibrant heart, its glass exterior mirroring the city's ambition. Inside, the dining hall was a vision, gold light poured from chandeliers, casting star-like reflections on polished marble floors. The air carried the scent of aged wine, white truffle, and opulence. It was a place where time slowed, where every whisper held the weight of wealth, and every gesture was measured against luxury. This world belonged to the elite, where designer gowns and tailored suits were as common as the clink of crystal. Yet, among this glittering crowd moved someone who didn't belong to their world, yet belonged more than anyone could imagine. Amara Brooks, 24, glided through the tables with the grace of a dancer, her deep mahogany skin catching the chandelier's glow. Her dark eyes, tired from a double shift, sparkled with quiet fire. She wore the hotel's black and white server uniform with dignity, though it clung to her from hours of relentless work. Her flats pinched her heels, each step aching, but she never let it show. The Crystal Haven demanded perfection, and Amara delivered, tray after tray, smile after smile. To most guests, she was invisible, noticed only for her beauty. But Amara didn't need this job. She didn't need the modest paycheck, the aching feet, or the long nights cleaning up after the elite. She was the daughter of Malcolm Brooks, a billionaire real estate mogul whose empire spanned the East Coast. Amara wasn't here for the money. She was here to see the world without filters, to feel how people treat those they think don't matter. This is the Jones Life Stories, where we uncover the truth behind moments that define us. Why do you think Amara chose this path? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Jones Life Stories. Amara used her mother's last name, Brooks, to hide her identity. She had begged her father not to interfere, not to shield her from the job's realities. Malcolm, who could sway markets with a call, winced at the thought of his daughter serving those who'd never see her worth. But he respected her wish, with one condition: he'd be nearby, watching from the shadows. Amara's choice wasn't rebellion, it was a revelation. She wanted to understand the world from the ground up, to earn something real. Her hands, though manicured, were used to work. Her heart, full of dreams, was grounded in purpose. True strength is choosing the harder path to grow, to earn your way. Amara did that. What's a moment you took the tough road to learn? Share it below, and let's inspire each other. Like, share, and subscribe to the Jones Life Stories. Tonight, Amara moved among the elite with a steady smile, her pride buried beneath professionalism. A quartet played soft jazz, barely audible under the hum of conversation and occasional loud laughs. At table 14, a silver-haired couple nodded at the amuse-bouche she delivered. "Exquisite," the woman said, dabbing her mouth. "Tell the chef." Amara promised she would. These rare moments of kindness made the nights bearable, though she was always the girl, never Amara. At the service station, she refilled glasses with practiced ease. Her colleague Jamal passed by with a wink. "Almost done," he whispered. "2 hours left," she replied, smiling. "Who's counting?" Their banter was a lifeline in the solitude of service, where an invisible line separated the serve from the serving. Amara knew that line. She lived on both sides. As 8 p.m. neared, the pace quickened. New reservations arrived. Celebrities, influencers, hedge fund heirs. Amara checked the seating chart, wiping her apron. Her next table was in the east corner, a VIP spot. She felt a flicker of anticipation, not for who she'd serve, but how she'd serve them. Every table was a stage, every gesture a chance to perfect her craft. She lived in the details, aligned silverware, glasses catching light, silent dish placement. Then the room's energy shifted like a sudden chill. The host straightened, a murmur rippling through the staff. Amara turned and saw her. A tall blonde in an emerald dress, diamonds glinting at her throat, heels clicking like a drum roll. Vanessa Carlyle, socialite and influencer, carried a reputation for rudeness and spectacle. She didn't walk. She arrived, as if she owned the room. Vanessa barely acknowledged the host, sitting at the east corner table, pulling out her phone without a glance. Amara steadied her tray and approached, ignoring the twist in her gut. "Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to Crystal Haven. May I get you a drink?" Her voice was warm, professional. Vanessa didn't look up. "Sparkling water. No ice. Make it quick." "I don't have all night," she snapped, dismissing Amara with a flick of her hand. Amara nodded, the chill of Vanessa's tone lodging in her chest, a reminder that some only saw the uniform, not the woman. Amara felt the sting of being unseen, but she didn't break. This is the Jones Life Stories, celebrating resilience. Have you ever felt invisible in a tough moment? Share your story in the comments, and let's lift each other up. Like, share, and subscribe to the Jones Life Stories. Amara returned with the sparkling water, placing it gently on the table. "Here you are, ma'am," she said. But as she stepped back, Vanessa, still on her phone, reached out carelessly, knocking the glass. Water splashed across the table and onto Amara's blouse. A collective gasp rose, the jazz band faltering. Vanessa's eyes lifted, narrowing in irritation. "Oh, for heaven's sake," she barked. "Can't you do anything right?" The words cut through the room. Heads turned. A woman in pearls paused mid-bite. A man lowered his wine glass. Amara, blouse clinging to her skin, kept her voice steady. "I'm very sorry, ma'am. Let me get you another." Vanessa sneered, leaning back. "Do they hire just anyone here? You're a walking disaster. I come for excellence, not incompetence." Her voice was loud, meant to humiliate. Guests shifted uncomfortably. A young woman tilted her phone, recording. Amara knelt, cleaning the spill, her face composed. "I'll clean this up and bring a fresh glass, no charge," she said, eyes down to avoid Vanessa's cruelty. Vanessa laughed, sharp and mocking. "On the house. How generous. Sweetheart, girls like you don't belong here. Stick to fast food, basic service. This place is above your level." The insult sliced through Amara's restraint. She rose, dignity radiating, her eyes meeting Vanessa's with calm power. "Yes, ma'am. I'll have that drink replaced," she said, turning away. But Vanessa wasn't done. She grabbed her red wine glass and hurled it at Amara's back. The stemware clinked, wine splashing across Amara's shirt and skirt like blood on snow. A groan rose from the room. Vanessa cackled. "Maybe that'll teach you to pay attention." Amara stopped, trembling with restraint, then walked on, head high, her soaked uniform like armor. Motivational line: when someone tries to break you, standing tall is the loudest response. Amara chose dignity over anger. "What's a time you did the same?" Share it below, and let's keep this story alive. Like, share, and subscribe to the Jones Life Stories. In the kitchen, Jamal stared, wide-eyed. What just happened? Amara hung a soiled towel, reaching for a fresh one. "Cover table 14, she said. A line cook muttered, "That woman's sick." Phones buzzed as clips spread online. Vanessa, oblivious, giggled with a friend. "Some people don't belong here," she said loudly. But the room's mood shifted. Guests whispered, some shaking their heads. A man near the window said, "That girl handled it better than I would." In a corner, Malcolm Brooks set down his drink, his silver-flecked brows furrowed. He'd watched the spilled water, the insults, the wine. His daughter had asked for autonomy, but this was too far. He called the manager, Daniel, and the storm began. Amara stood by the service station, wine dripping from her blouse, knuckles pale but expression calm. The sting was Vanessa's laughter, a statement. "I can do this and you can't fight back." But Amara wasn't nothing. She grabbed a towel, pressing it to the red stains, and told Jamal, I'll be back. Chef Mario peeked out. You okay? She forced a smile. Peachy. She turned away, hiding the shimmer in her eyes. In the dining hall, the elegance was fractured. Guests murmured, some glancing at Vanessa, who reclined smugly, whispering to her friend. A woman in a navy dress said she should be asked to leave. Her husband nodded. Malcolm's jaw was tight, his fingers steepled. He pressed a button on his phone. Now. Daniel appeared at Vanessa's table. Miss Carlyle, Mr. Brooks would like a word. Vanessa blinked, annoyed. Who? Malcolm Brooks, the owner, Daniel said. Her brows lifted. Finally, someone with class, she said, smoothing her dress and following Daniel, expecting praise. Her heels clicked proudly. Amara, in the kitchen, rinsed wine from her hands, fingers trembling. In the private lounge, Malcolm stood, tall and statuesque, his gaze razor-sharp. Vanessa's stride faltered. Mr. Brooks, I watched it all, he interrupted, his voice calm but firm. You insulted my staff, assaulted one of them, and laughed. That staff member? She's my daughter. Vanessa's mouth opened, then shut. Her eyes darted away. I didn't know, she stammered. She spilled water. I saw it, Malcolm said. You did. And when you embarrassed yourself, you blamed her. Then you threw wine. That's not a mistake, Miss Carlyle. That's character. Her cheeks flushed, not from shame but exposure. Her power was an illusion here. Voiceover. Vanessa's world unraveled, but Amara's strength shone. This is the Jones life stories, where truth speaks louder than status. What did Malcolm Stan mean to you? Comment below, and like, share, and subscribe to the Jones life stories. Amara scrubbed her apron in the kitchen. Jamal said, You should see what's happening. She looked up. He's confronting her. Jamal nodded. He's ending her. Outside, guests checked phones as clips went viral. Vanessa's taunts. The wine, Amara's retreat. Hashtags trended. Hashtag respect the staff. Hashtag Crystal Haven drama. Vanessa stumbled back, voice cracking. Mr. Brooks, please. He raised a hand. Your bill is covered, but you're no longer welcome here. She stared, then spun and left, her poise shattered. Her friend followed, silent. Soft applause broke out. Not loud, but sincere, for justice. Amara emerged in a fresh blouse, her face clean but eyes simmering. She saw Vanessa's defeated face pass, unable to meet her gaze. Malcolm stepped into the hall. This hotel respects those who serve with grace, he said. Titles don't matter. Behavior does. He locked eyes with Amara, his smile fierce with pride. She nodded, no words needed. Social media blazed, Vanessa's cruelty exposed, Amara's dignity praised. But Amara didn't check her phone. She picked up a tray, refilling a guest's wine with steady hands, radiant under the chandelier light. By morning, the video had millions of views. In the break room, co-workers greeted Amara with reverence. Jamal offered coffee. You sure about being here? She tied her apron. Why wouldn't I be? I didn't change. Guests showed warmth. A Chicago couple shook her hand. Your grace is inspiring, they said. She thanked them, moving on. The hotel's luxury hummed, but with new awareness. Staff stood taller, guests watched for meaning. Malcolm read headlines. Power meets grace. His statement read, Dignity is a right. We stand by our staff. He watched Amara on the cameras, still serving, unchanged, not a victim, but a woman of grace. Vanessa's world collapsed. Instagram dark, brands gone, ex-employees exposing her abuse. Amara didn't gloat. When a guest offered a $100 tip for going viral, she declined. I'm not a moment, she said. I'm a person. That line trended, but to her it was truth. She didn't want revenge, just quiet power. On the balcony, the Miami sunset painted the sky. Malcolm joined her. You didn't have to come today, he said. Yes, I did, she replied. If I didn't, she'd have won. He nodded, proud. The world's watching. Let them, Amara said. As long as they see me. Amara didn't just survive, she redefined dignity. This is the Jones life stories, where real people inspire change. What did her choice teach you? Comment below, and like, share, and subscribe.